It is 7:05. I would like to call the meeting to order. I don't know if you have any additions to the agenda. We will need a motion to adopt the agenda. Moved by Councillor Godin, seconded by Councillor Hill. All those in favor? Against? Motion is carried. Item 3, declaration of conflict of interest. Does anybody have any conflict of interest? If not, we will go on to item 4, presentations. We do not have any. Then item 5, adoption of the minutes, 5.1, September 21st, 2022, regular council meetings. Any errors or omissions on these minutes? If not, I need a motion to adopt. Moved by Councillor Comeau-Potier, motion carried. 5.2, October 12th, 2022. We had a council and committee meeting. Any errors or omissions in those minutes? If not, moved by Councillor Hill, seconded by Councillor Doucette. All those in favor? Against? Motion is carried. We will go on to item 6, business arising from the previous council meetings. There is nothing there. We will go on to item 7, Warden's activity report. Councillor Warden, this is a small report this month. Well, we can start with September 24th. I assisted to a meeting at the Governor's Council at Université Sainte-Anne. There was the election of a new board of directors. The new president is Michel Sanson, who is named president, and Liane Roy is vice president. On September 27th, I attended a meeting at the board of directors of the Villa Acadienne, regular monthly meeting. On October 1st, I attended the 30th anniversary of CFA Radio. It was nice. There were a lot of people there. I spoke a bit on the air. From the 5th to the 8th of October, I attended the Grand Réveil Acadien, a festival that has the goal of celebrating and promote the Acadian culture in Louisiana. Our small delegation was there to promote the municipality of Clare and the Congress of 2024. There were Conseillère Comeau there and Stéphane, Amy, and myself. So we were there to renew the twinning agreement with Church Point of Louisiana and Pointe de l'Église here. We were there for 3-4 days. We went through a few villages, and it was nice to see the Acadian culture over there. It was nice. On October 11th, I attended the meeting of the board of directors at the Villa Acadienne. And that is my report. Do you have any questions or comments on this? If not, we will go on to item 8, correspondence. No official statements from the members of council. Anybody have a presentation? Councillor Potier? I want to congratulate our councillor Brian Comeau and his wife Lisa, who celebrated 30 years of marriage on October 17th. I think a certificate is in order for that, and also a medal to be here. Any questions on this? Does anybody wish to make the motion? Moved by Deputy Warden Potier, seconded by Councillor Godin. All those in favor? Against? Motion is carried. Do we want another one for the medal? Does anybody else have an official presentation? No? If not, we will go on to item 9, the correspondence. 9.1, Ron Gowdy, President of Southwest Nova ATV.
member of the Southwest Nova ATV Association. I would like to thank you for your support in getting the bridge across the Wentworth River in the municipality of Clare completed. The association will be holding an opening of the bridge on Sunday, October 23rd at 1 p.m. at the bridge location site, and we would love to have you or a representative of your choosing to attend. There are two options. Club members will be riding our side-by-sides or ATVs to the location. If you own one and would like to ride out with us, we welcome you to do that. Or if you wish to just drive, for those who don't have an ATV, we will make arrangements to get you from the corner of Highway 340 and Major Road. We do not recommend taking your personal vehicle to the site from this direction. Please let me know of your intentions in this matter so we can inform you of the start location. Sincerely, Ron Gowdy, President, Southwest Nova ATV Association.
Any questions or comments on this? I know there are a lot of people working to make this happen, and they have access to a lot of roads. I will try to get there sometime during the day. I don't know if any other councillors would want to go. If not, we will go on to 9.2, letter from Jennifer Lamrock, Nova Scotia Health Authority.
I hope this, I have attached a letter that I'm hoping the municipality will support around alcohol warning labels. This kind of opportunity does not come along very often in this area of work. A motion was made to call on the federal government to adopt a national warning label strategy for alcohol, and the timing for advocacy has come as this is anticipated to be tabled soon. This is really important for numerous strategic reasons. We need alcohol warning labels in Canada, in Nova Scotia, in Western Zone communities to shift the culture of alcohol, to play a part in targeting the commercial determinants of health, to impact community health and well-being. Warning labels might seem small, but the impact they offer is mighty. To be successful, a broad base of support will need to be mobilized and quickly. In the absence of an alcohol policy advocacy agency in Canada, the responsibility for making this happen falls on advocates like us. Without our attention, time, and support, this will not move forward. A draft letter has been developed and is attached here to make the advocacy process feasible. The alcohol industry will continue to fight hard against this, and so far they have won against community health interests. This is an incredibly rare chance to effectively begin to change the power balance that industry holds over community health, and that is the best starting point we could ask for. Please share this with others and reach out with any questions. Jennifer Lamrock.
Any questions or comments? Is she looking for a letter of support? Or just to make us aware on this federal situation? She wants to make us aware, but if she could get a letter of support from the municipality, it would be good. I think ultimately that's what they're looking for, our support. So if you want to think about this, and we can come back on this next month, or if you want to make a decision tonight. If not, next month. I don't know what the council decides to do. This is a problem in all communities, but we can think about this and go through more detail that is there. We can wait for next month if you agree. That's what we'll do. That's good.
No, go to number 6, the report of the Chief Administrative Officer, Mr. Seer. Thank you. I would start a small the report of the internet. Part of it will be done in English.
And essentially they've reported back to me with an update that they provided, an update to what they provided us with last month. Unfortunately, very little has changed. The main issue there is workforce availability following Hurricane Fiona. Nova Scotia Power line crews, tree trimmers, and VistaCare technicians basically have all been diverted to more affected parts of the province, mostly Cape Breton, which is understandable given the circumstances. So when I'm speaking to Nick, he said that things are slowly starting to trickle back down to normal, but not as much. They haven't made as much progress last month as they had hoped. That being said, they did make some. Cranberry Lake, which was one of the areas that remained to be completed last month. So Cranberry Lake Road between civic numbers 15 and 109 have been completed. The work was done in-house by Mainland. Furthermore, a few connections along the 2nd Division Road between civics number 4488 and 4633 have been completed. This notwithstanding, that section of road remains only partially completed. They're still waiting on make-ready work to complete the remainder of that build, but they do intend to see that road, to connect the folks on that road up to the end of the road. Regarding Eel Lake Drive, that too has been, the decision from Nova Scotia Power has been delayed there as well. So Nick is speaking with them tomorrow in terms of a revised start date for the make-ready work. So that probably, in speaking to Mainland, that probably is their more challenging area in Clare at the moment. In terms of the municipality's original $2.45 million contribution to this project, we only have 2 installments left of $100,000 each to contribute towards the project. And these are scheduled for December 2022 and March 2023, respectively. So our financial obligations towards this project are nearing their completion. Clare Veterans Center, we are anxiously awaiting, on attend des nouvelles.
Clare Veterans Center, we're waiting for news. There is no new changes for this project as of yet. For the health center, we will talk to you about at 11.2. We'll look at hiring a firm. The tender documents for the expansion have gone out and will be and are on the provincial site now. And this will be closed on November 3rd. There's a bidders brief tomorrow that will be held at the center at 11 o'clock. And regarding this expansion project, there's a meeting that will be scheduled with the province and in the weekend of the October 24th. We met Mr. Benoit earlier this summer and the minister. And finally, through the Clare Health Center Foundation, we submitted a financing request at the Yarmouth Hospital for $20,000 to help with the buying equipment for the physiotherapy room in this new extension for the project of tourism public spaces. Concept papers have been submitted to ACOA for both Joseph Dugam Park and also St. Mary's Lighthouse. We're waiting for directions from the province of Nova Scotia to which department to approach with our concept paper once it's presented to us. For the housing action plan, we requested an expression of interest has been issued earlier this week. This is essentially to try to see if there is any interest to develop the sites that we have identified in the municipality for housing. And also at this point, we will be meeting for questions for people who are interested in working for us to evaluate each project. The point here is it's an expression of interest, and as we get hold of these, we will do some screenings, and then we'll proceed with discussion with them to have a formal proposal for these housing projects. At this point, the expression of interest We're looking at two pieces in Little Brook, one in Havelock, and also the two elementary school, Josefduga and Metegan Stillamaris. So, in the expression of interest, there are sites that are available now and those that are not available right now but will be in the future. We have not included the Villa Acadienne in this ROI, but this being said, if the Administrative Council of the Villa later on want us to integrate them in our project, we will do so. For the extension of the sewer extension in Metegan and the sidewalks, we don't have any more news from the federal. We hope to have news before the end of this month. For the multi-use court at Havelock Community Center, the project is now completed. The official opening is this coming Sunday and at 4 o'clock in the afternoon on the 23rd of October. And Councillor Hill, I think, has accepted to do a few words for the Clare transfer station. The foundation is complete. The walls and trusses are up. The roof is installed. Windows are installed. Metal siding is being installed now, and we're waiting for electrical prior to installing the garage door. The construction is going well ahead, and the remaining repairs to the transfer station as a result of the fire will also be completed by Garia Construction Limited in parallel to the new building construction. We hope to have a quote on this part before the end of this week. The cultural hub, we're waiting a confirmation by Aberdeen Paving for paving to see. We're waiting for their email to see when they plan to start the construction. We have accepted their the start date was supposed to be between the 1st 15th of October. They're a bit late, but we hope to have this coming in very soon. For the new drainage, should be start in the coming weeks. And we have asked Efficiency Nova Scotia for an energy audit for our heating system. And it's an old building. It is heated with oil. It's quite expensive, and in the summer there is not much air circulation. It is hot in the summer and cold in the winter, so we want to see what is possible and what kind of things we can do to make a work environment more comfortable. We also had we were going to do this type of Energy Nova Scotia here at the municipal office, and we will get a report from them for our office, and we will get recommendations from them for the Wentworth Park. The concept plan, the consultants are developing a concept plan, and now they are putting a cost estimate for this plan. They're looking for improvements of a new bathroom, washrooms, new storing dock, floating dock, a smaller floating dock with access from the parking lot, an accessible walkway, picnic tables, hammocks, a playway, etc.
So that costing is being done, but the work itself, it will start in the spring of 2023. The boundary review, you have seen my email earlier today. The community consultation was held on September 29th. There were 6 members of the public in attendance. The online survey is now closed. We received 65 respondents to the survey, and the information has been analyzed by C&D Community Design, who sent us a draft of the final report today. I shared my comments. We did a few revisions. And I will send you the report if you want to read it. It is something I would like to put on the agenda for November and hoping to get a motion from council to approve it. CNT Community Design are saying they are satisfied with the process that went through and the participation of the community and the feedback that they received. According to their analysis, they are suggesting that we keep the status quo, 8 councillor, 8 districts, with a small revision in District 2, which would see us include Briar Lake as part of Hectanuga. Apart from that, this is the exact scenario that was revised and recommended by the council earlier this summer. A little follow-up on the culinary. And at the last meeting, I spoke of the part that touched Clare. Since then, we concluded the part that concerned Argyle. So we had the restaurant in Argyle, Wild Roots, the Argyle Lodge, Dennis Point Cafe, and Most Keg Distillery. We also had a mentorship with Wheelhouse in Ballivos Cove because logistically we couldn't do it last month, but we could accommodate them this month and it went really well. So with the mentorship program, there will also be financing or grants to help with the marketing for initiatives that came from the mentorship program. Up to now, the participants of Clare have received $15,000 and the Argyle participants $9,000. Also, with the restaurant, the Kilted Chef in this program worked with the farmers market of Argyle and Ballivos Cove, as well as the arts market in Ballivos Cove, and these 3 organizations will receive $4,500 to help with their promotions. We will have a press release shortly to better explain this project and the experience of the participants who could participate, to have their comments on the process, but it was well received. The project will be completed by January. We estimate by January 23. It's a total project of almost $70,000, and this is financed 100% by Alcoa. And last, as of September 30th, the municipality had $9,391,802 in revenues versus $5,494,838 in expenses, for a surplus of $3,896,964. Again, as of September 30th, the municipality had a balance of $3,962,980 in its operation fund, $875,069 in its capital fund, and a total in reserve of $3,219,255. So as of September 30th, we are still in good financial situation. And that is my report. Thank you, Mr. Seer. Any questions or comments on his report? We have quite a few projects on the go, but it will be good. We'll go on to item 11, building permits report. Councillor Hill.
The building permits report goes as follows. In September of 2021, we had 22 permits issued. In September of 2022, we had 21 permits issued. And in 2021, for the year to date, we had 220 permits for a value of construction of little over $40 million. And this year we have 227 permits, value of construction of a little over $13 million. So the total number of permits is up, but last year was lopsided because of the villa. That's the only reason the numbers are so big. We're still having a really good year.
Any questions or comments on this report? If not, we will go on to item 12 under new business. 12.1, a motion to have a project management services for the Clare Health Center expansion. In preparation for the starting of the expansion project, we sent out an RSP to hire a firm to manage the project. The RFP closed on October 11th, and we received 4 tenders to our RFP. And after the evaluation of the 4 tenders, it is my recommendation that we grant the contract to Gray Cardinal Management, Inc. in the amount of $87,720 plus HST. And as I said, of the 4 firms, they were all qualified, but Gray Cardinal knows the region, and it was the lowest bidder. It is one of the factors that influenced this decision. Any questions or comments on this? If not, does anybody wish to make the motion? Deputy Warden Pache? I move that the Council for the Municipality of the District of Clare accept the proposal for the project management services during the proposed expansion to the Clare Health Center to Gray Cardinal Management, Inc. in the amount of $87,720 plus HST. Proposed by Deputy Warden Pache, seconded by Councillor Godet. Are you ready for the vote? All those in favor? Against? Motion is carried. 12.2, motion to send a letter of support to the Far Out Festival. The Far Out Festival approached us to request a letter of support to accompany a financial request they are submitting to Heritage Canada. The funds is to help the costs associated with inviting musicians to participate in the festival. It is a letter that we have sent. We sent similar letters to the Far Out Festival to support their request to Heritage Canada before. Here they are not asking for money, they are just asking for a letter to say that we are supporting the Far Out Festival that adds value to the area, and we appreciate the efforts of having the festival and to promote the musicians of the area and to have some from outside. So it is something that I recommend highly. I hope that the council would like to make a motion. Any questions or comments? If not, Councillor Hill.
District of Clare send a letter to the Far Out Festival in support of their application for funding to Canadian Heritage.
Proposed by Councillor Hill, seconded by Conseillère Comeau. All those in favour? Against? Motion carried. 12.3 is motion to send a letter of support for the Nova Scotia Main Ferry service. On our last meeting, I spoke to you about a request by the warden of Yarmouth Pembroke asking us to a letter of support to say that to support the ferry service to continue in the coming years. This was following some council have made the request that we sent a letter to the minister to. There have been new development yesterday. The province has announced that they will be financing the ferry for the next year, and they will take this time to do an analysis of the economic impact of this ferry on the Nova Scotia. So because of this is that we do not send the letter right now, but we will see rather what the next year will bring about, what kind of economic impact there will have, and from then we'll see if whether or not we will send a letter later on when we know these things, if you agree with this. Deputy Warden Potier, I support the I don't think it's a letter send now. I think it is good that we wait 1 year before we send such letters. Are there questions or comments on this? I think we will see what the report will bring, and we'll decide at that time. 12.4, motion to accept the change order for floodline mapping. Our project of floodline mapping is a project that was asked to be done by the province, and it is financed 100% by the province. The zone that we originally accepted to do, and consulting with the province, the amount it would cost to do this was $80,647, and this would do from the shoreline, starting from the Metagon River until Church Point. While discussing with the province, we think it would be good to extend this mapping project to other regions. More than the zone that I just mentioned, we extended the coastline to essentially now going from Mavillette on up to Sebernor, which is the whole coastline of Clare. Moreover, of the Metagon watershed, we are also looking at certain parts of the Salmon River watershed, which includes the Salmon River Lake and Clearwater Lake. This would be about 44,000 extra, which would bring the project to $125,000. And just to repeat myself a bit, this was a contract that is financed 100% by the province. It doesn't cost us anything to the municipality, but the province has have been doing this frontline mapping across the province, and it is to help the province and the municipalities to take informed decisions regarding the construction and the development in their communities. Possible revisions of their land use bylaw. This is something that the province is asking more and more. The municipality is also getting involved this year. This being said, my recommendation would be to proceed with the revision proposed, the change of order, which will give us mapping for different zones, and and also to increase the original amount to the final amount of $127,000. Are there questions or comments on this item? Somebody want to do this motion? Conseiller Como? I move that the Council for the Municipality of the District of Clare accept the proposed change order to the provincially funded floodline mapping contract with WSP, including an increase to the contract price of $80,647 to $125,262. Proposed by Conseiller Como, seconded by Councillor Hill. All those in favor? Against? Motion carried. 12.5, a motion to accept sign a memorandum for understand for Fishing Gear Coalition of Atlantic Canada. We've been asked to sign this protocol, which will be doing the recycling of lobster traps and ropes. That the intention is to reduce the amount of co- of rope that we find on the side of the beach and on the wharves. So there are companies that are ready to take these lobster traps and these ropes to. It is therefore a little bit source of supplemental revenue to the municipality, and there will be less garbage in our landfill sites, and also for the Queen's landfill. Up to now, locally, the municipality of Barrington and Argyll, Yarmouth, and also the town of Yarmouth, and the municipality of Digby and the town of Digby that have such memorandum of interest that has been signed. It does not cost us anything, which is for the lobster traps. This will be done long term. For the rope, it's a pilot project from here till the end of December to see if it's going to work, and the Fishing Coalition of Canada, if they can find financing to continue this program. So it is my recommendation that we sign this protocol with the coalition. Are there questions or comments on this one? Or those, if somebody wants to do the motion? Councillor Hill?
Projects like this are a win-win anyway. It's kind of hard not to go along with it. I move that the council for the municipality of the District of Clare sign a memorandum of understanding with the Fishing Gear Coalition of Atlantic Canada in support of said organization's efforts to recycle both used lobster traps and rope used in commercial fishing activities.
Proposed by Councillor Hill, seconded by Councillor Dussel. Those in favour? Against? Motion carried. 12.6, motion to send a letter of support to the Good Weight project. The Good Weight project is an organization that we worked a lot in the last few years, and our Department of Recreation and even our welcoming committee. The group was be surfing activities at Mavilet Beach, and to encourage people, the person who is responsible for this project is asking a request for the province because it is Mavilet Beach is a provincial site. She's asking companies to work to use this beach for projects. The New Wave project is asking the province of Nova Scotia to have a permit of 4 years to continue their activities at Mavilet Beach. And just to give you an example, we partnered with the Good Weight projects for the course service swim in February. We did a concert for young people last summer, and during March break we did a camp for young people, and we'll also work with projects after school hours. And there was all these has been this has been a very good partner for our municipality, especially for our recreation project and our welcoming community projects. So I recommend that we send them a letter of support and their request at the province for financial. Questions or comments on this one? Deputy Warden project. I met a couple today, people who moved in from Ontario. They were never near the ocean, and they moved in our community, and they said that their biggest pleasure is the Mavilet Beach and the activities that are there and everything that we just mentioned. So this being said, I'm ready to do the motion here. I move that the Council for the Municipality of the District of Clare send a letter of the Good Wave project in support of its application to the province of Nova Scotia for a 4-year permit to continue its surfing experiences at Mavillet Beach Provincial Park. Proposed by Deputy Warden Potier, seconded by Councillor Godin. All those in favour? Against? Motion carried. There's no doubt that it was very well used, this one. It was good to see all the young people practicing. So maybe if they're going to continue for 4 years, maybe councillors can go and try surfing. So we go now to number 13 for closed session. So our next regular meeting will be on November 16th at 7 o'clock. And in number 13, we have a closed session, a contract negotiation. This being said, I need an adjournment motion proposed by Councillor Doucet and seconded by Councillor Hill. All those in favour? Against? Motion carried. Good evening, everybody.